There's a moment just before the ride launches, before the wand swishes, before the music swells, when your senses kick in, before your brain can catch up. The scent of butterbeer in the air, the rumble beneath your feet, a shimmer of light on cobblestones that makes you feel like you've stepped into another world. These aren't accidents, they're by design. At Universal Orlando, your senses aren't just along for the ride, they are the ride.
Welcome back to Unlocking Universal, your key to all things Universal Orlando and beyond. Now here's your guide and unfair advantage, Holly.
Today, we're stepping into the parks in a whole new way. Not through a guide map or an app, but through your senses. Yep, all 5 of them. Maybe even 6. You've probably heard someone say, "That ride gave me chills," or "I could smell the popcorn way before I even saw the cart." And that's no accident. These parks are designed to immerse you head to toe, inside out. Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. And let's be honest, if you've ever walked off a coaster a little wobbly, maybe balance counts too. This is the immersion factor, and it is the key to what separates theme parks from their more superficial cousin, the amusement park. Theme parks like Universal intentionally build for sensory engagement. Visual storytelling? That's a given. But what might surprise you is how often scent is part of the design. It's actually common for theme parks to pump in certain smells to specific areas to evoke emotion, create nostalgia, or even encourage you to linger a little longer, perhaps near that churro stand. And it works. Scientifically speaking, smell is deeply tied to memory. One whiff of something buttery or earthy, and boom, you're transported back to a vacation moment or any moment like it just happened. When I was younger, I would buy a new perfume for every destination I traveled to. And to this day, I am still right back on Maui when I get a whiff of Clinique's Happy. I kept the empty bottle just for that purpose, even though I don't wear it anymore. So in this episode, I'm walking you through some of my favorite Universal sensory moments, the ones that have stuck with me, shaped my memories, and made me fall even more in love with these parks. Think of this as a guided tour for your senses, with a little fun, a little nerdy design talk, and a whole lot of personal favorites. First up is sight. Now, let's talk about what you see, the visuals that can literally stop you in your tracks. Universal doesn't just decorate a space, it paints a whole story in front of you. Every land, every angle, every shadow at sunset, designed to make you feel something. One of the most jaw-dropping views for me, VelociCoaster at the golden hour. That little bit of time right before sunrise or after sunset, where the light is a little bit more red and softer. The best spot to see the VelociCoaster during the golden hour is if you're standing across the lagoon. Oh my goodness. The track glows, the water reflects sky. It's like a mirror image, and the whole thing feels like living in a postcard. It's wild to me how something so intense and possibly terrifying can also be that beautiful and elegant. Diagon Alley is a sight to behold, no matter when you visit it. That reveal as you enter, it just never gets old. But at night, it becomes something else entirely. The glowing windows, the soft flickering light, the moody clouds. It's a whole vibe, really. It doesn't just look like the Wizarding World, it totally feels like it. And speaking of jaw-dropping reveals, there's also that moment coming over the bridge from Jurassic Park into Hogsmeade, and you look to the left, suddenly seeing Hogwarts Castle through the trees. I swear I have seen this at least 100 times, maybe more, and it still gives me chills. It catches me off guard. The way it rises up like it's always been there for hundreds or even thousands of years, that is true theme park magic. Now, if you've never taken a quiet moment on Delancey Street in the New York backlot at the studios, you are missing out on so many layers of detail. There's little movie nods everywhere, Broadway references, perfect little storefronts. It's one of those areas where the storytelling isn't flashy, it's not in your face, but it is so incredibly rich if you slow down and take it in. And of course, there are bonus points for Volcano Bay's Krakatoa at night. That glowing volcano with the waterfalls all lit up, alternating colors. It's a tropical fantasy turned all the way up. These aren't just visuals, they are emotional cues. The kind of views that stay in your brain and sneak into your daydreams long after your trip ends. Next, let's talk about sound. Probably the most underrated storytelling tool in the parks. You can close your eyes and still feel where you are, and that's thanks to layers of ambient sound, music, and those subtle audio cues that are happening all around you, even when you don't even realize it. I mean, just take a second to think about the Gringotts lobby, those echoey footsteps, the annoyed murmurs of goblins, and the clink of coin. That's not just background noise, it's world building. Or Revenge of the Mummy cue. creepy warnings playing over the speakers or the little jokes from Brendan Fraser if you know where to listen. And Hagrid's that garage scene, oh my goodness, has so many little mechanical details in the audio. It's like you're mid-adventure before you even get on the dang ride. One of my favorite sound moments is actually super early in your day. One of my favorite sound moments comes very early in the day. It's walking under the arches at Universal Studios Florida and hearing that sweeping cinematic soundtrack, and it starts to swell. Mwah! Chef's kiss. That is your cue that you're officially in the movies now. And it's my cue that I'm home again. And we head over to Islands of Adventure, stop and really listen in the port of entry area, which so many people just rush through. You're going to hear conversations happening in all different kinds of languages, announcements that you'll never hear twice, and so much layered storytelling. It is so much mood. I would highly encourage you to take some time and do that. Obviously, it's easier to do when there's not 50,000 people in the port of entry, but if you are able to find a time when it is a little bit quieter there, walk close to the buildings and just listen. You'll hear card games going on, maybe some arguments going on, all kinds of really cool stuff. It's not to be missed. In the Hulk launch, you feel that sound. Even if you aren't on it, it rips the air and right through your chest. It's like your heartbeat is getting pulled into the action. And when you're on the Hogwarts Express, you're going to hear luggage shifting, the whistle, the chatter from the other side of the cabin wall. These sounds collaborate to make the train ride feel authentic. And it's different both ways. Whether you're going from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley or Diagon Alley to Hogsmeade, take a moment to just sit there and take it all in. And if you're in the Wizarding World, make sure you check out the bathrooms, because even the bathrooms are going to get in on this action. Moaning Myrtle in Hogsmeade is hilarious and totally on brand. It's one of those moments that when you catch it, it stops you. It's going to make you smile, and you're going to bring other people back in. People are going to wonder why you're dragging them into the bathroom until they hear it too. And then there's Seuss Landing. I don't even know how to explain it, except the background music is just pure serotonin. It's cheerful and weird and rhythmic in a way that makes even adults want to skip around a little. Maybe that's just me. The pro tip here is to let yourself linger. Don't rush past everything. You might just miss the best storytelling happening in your ears. All right, let's all take a deep breath in. What's that smell? Because we're moving into one of the most powerful senses in the park. There's something about scent that locks into your memory in a way that nothing else does. One whiff and suddenly you're transported back to vacation mode. You'll smell it before you see it every single time. Butterbeer carts? You bet. That roasted marshmallow brown sugar cloud that hits you as soon as you round the corner? I swear it travels on the wind. The Jurassic Park River Adventure queue. It's got that humid, earthy, greenhousey smell. It's subtle, but it makes you feel like you're somewhere ancient and wild. Like a T-Rex just might actually be lurking nearby. And don't even get me started on the popcorn carts and the smoky turkey legs. If Universal wanted to create a signature cologne called the Park Opening Hour, that would be the base note. The inside of Honeydukes or Sugar Plum Sweet Shop, you feel the sugar in the air, and it is wonderful. It's this warm vanilla candy combo that makes you want to buy everything. It's not a coincidence. Now, hotel lobby scents deserve their own episode, truly. Lowe's Royal Pacific has this fresh floral meets tropical smell that hits you the moment you walk in. Portofino Bay is luxe and clean with a little citrus twist. And Hard Rockin', well, it's bold, musky rock and roll confidence bottled into an air system. And if you know, you know. Even the Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Vargas queue has a thing. It's slightly musty. Okay, it might be more than slightly, but it's distinct, and it works in the weirdest way. It just screams, you're about to get soaked and laugh your face off. And let me just say, if Epic Universe is really doing fog effects every day, and I have it on good authority that they are, I can't wait to smell whatever concoction they've got planned. Bring on the artificial atmosphere. I am here for it. Y'all are going to have to drag my butt out of there in a couple of weeks. All right, let's dig into one of the most fun senses to explore at Universal, and that is taste. Food at the parks isn't just about fueling up. It's about flavor and memory. These are the bites that bring me back time after time. First up, of course, is the classic frozen butterbeer. I mean, I can't not include it, right? Hot butterbeer, honestly, is superior. Don't at me. But since Florida is hot, I have to go with the frozen butterbeer more times. Then there's the Grape Ape donut from Dunkin' Donuts out in City Walk. This one is weird, imperfect, and somehow nostalgic, and I go for it every single time. Even though I'm not really a big donut eater, This is one that just grabs my attention. A thin layer of icing, grape Kool-Aid crystals, and purple sprinkles, a little sweet and just enough tart. You have to trust me on this one. And then there's Central Park crepes. Why Universal hasn't added more crepe stands is beyond me at this point. They are made fresh to order on the spot, and you can watch them make it. It's a snack and a show. Or I guess that would be a show and a snack. A couple of years ago, they had a red wine poached pear creme brulee crepe. Wow, that's a mouthful, both literally and figuratively. This was the best crepe I have ever had. It was warm, it was creamy, a little bit crunchy from the caramelized sugar. It was like having dessert in a fancy restaurant in theme park form. And I'm not going to lie, every chance I get, I'll drop a little note asking for this one to be brought back. They haven't listened to me yet, but I still have faith. If you've never tried a potato web at Finnegan's, you're truly missing out. It's crispy, salty, tangled potato and onion goodness. Douse it with a little vinegar or dunk it in ketchup, and it's perfect for sharing or not sharing. No judgment here. And recently, I've totally and unexpectedly fallen for the new Shrekzel. Yes, it's a Shrek pretzel with that bright green cheese dip you may have seen. It looks totally chaotic, but it tastes amazing. It's a really good pretzel. I got one last summer at the summer preview event because I wanted the pictures of it. But I am so glad that I tried it. And it's now one of those things that I find myself craving now and again. Yeah, I'd eat one right now. Pair that with a Trolls Treats ice cream that you get to buy from a giant yellow boombox. And it's like a little bit of joy that you didn't know you needed. Either flavor is good. They have Poppylicious Pink, which is a pink lemonade. Even though it doesn't really scream pink lemonade, that's what the name of the flavor is. I would just call it pink. It tastes like pink. I don't know. It's a nice flavor. And the other flavor is called Brozone Berry, which is huckleberry. And I've never had a huckleberry, so I can't say if it really tastes like it or not. But I can tell you that both of these flavors are really good. And I recommend that you ask for it to be twisted, which is not listed on their menu, but they're always happy to do it. And of course, I cannot skip the seasonal and themed food offering. These are harder to put favorites on because they do change, but every year I look forward to what's new for Halloween Horror Nights, the holidays, and Mardi Gras. The creativity, the flavors, the unexpected combos, it's half the fun of the event. You know that a snack is iconic when it becomes part of your routine. Number 5 is touch. Okay, this one's kind of sneaky. Touch doesn't get the spotlight a lot, but it's there in the background, quietly making everything feel more real, more immersive, and more universal. You've got the obvious ones, like the cool mist that hits you as a boat from Jurassic Park River Adventure comes crashing down, or when you're standing a little too close to the splash zone by Ripsaw Falls, instantly refreshing. Then there's the moment you step out of a cool, air-conditioned attraction, and the Florida heat just smacks you in the face. It's jarring. It's real. Very, very Florida. And I love that feeling. Speaking of cool air, the bathrooms at Universal. Don't sleep on them. Yeah, that would be gross. You get what I mean. Walking into one of the good ones midday feels like you've entered a freaking oasis. That air just hits different. Do you know which ones have the best air? I do. And the texture of the cobblestone streets in New York Backlot area, you feel that through your shoes. It's uneven, gritty, and kind of perfect. It grounds the whole scene. On Escape from Gringotts, the sudden air blast when the security photo goes down, total surprise moment. It's not just a visual gag. You feel it viscerally. And then there's the interactive wands in the Wizarding World. The second generation wands, that little pop and the tiny vibration you get when a spell works. It's magic in the most literal, tactile way. Head over to Born Stuntacular, and that auditorium will rumble during key scene. It pulls you right into the action. You're not just watching, you're feeling it in your body, your cheeks, both on your face and the ones in your seat. That flash of heat that emanates from the explosion, it's surprising how freaking hot it can feel just for that millisecond, and then it's gone. And we can't forget to shout out the Volcano Bay pathways for always being moistened. Bless that system, because walking around barefoot on hot pavement, no thank you. They've got it covered. So when it comes to touch, sometimes you don't even notice it until you miss it. Well, that's all 5 obvious senses, but I have one more. This might be the 6th sense of the theme park world, and it's the one that gets your adrenaline pumping fast. Balance is everything when it comes to thrill rides and Universal. They are masters of messing with it. Let's start with the amazingness that is VelociCoaster. Those rolls, those airtime hills, they do something to your brain, something wonderful. That mosasaur roll in particular, it's like gravity just takes a break while you hang there in that low twist right over the water. It's disorienting in the best way. Then there's the motion simulators like Spider-Man or Transformers. You're not going anywhere really, but your brain 100% thinks you are. The drops, the spins, the falls, it's wild what your vestibular system is doing on those rides. If you've been on Men in Black, Alien Attack, and someone hits your fusion exhaust port at a particular point in the ride, which, rude, but that spin that it initiates, pure chaos, it's hilarious, ridiculous, and a total balance wrecker. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure deserves a big gold star here. It's not a coaster that tosses you around. It glides. There's this buttery, smooth movement that mimics a real motorcycle ride with just enough curves and dips to keep your body guessing. And because my son loves it so much, I have to give an honorable mention to Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon. I know, it doesn't look like much, but it's surprisingly disorienting. There's a moment in there that gets me totally off kilter if you allow yourself to relax and lean into it. Bonus points for catching people off guard. Balance just might be the sixth sense of the theme park world, and it's one that Universal uses to keep us coming back for that next thrill. So whether it's the scent of roasted marshmallows in the air, the mist of an incoming splashdown, or the rumble of a roller coaster beneath your feet, Universal Orlando isn't just seen or heard, it's felt. These parks are built to fully immerse you. They tap into memories, trigger emotions, and awaken all five senses. And if we're really lucky, even that sixth one. That's the difference between a fun day in a theme park and a full body experience you'll want to relive again and again. I'd love to hear what sensations bring you right back to a special memory. Send me a text with my link in the description or drop a comment over at Instagram at Unlocking Universal. If this episode tickled your senses, do me a favor and give the show a 5-star snip, tap, taste, toss, or tune-up wherever you listen. It's how we bring more Universal fans into the fun. See you back here soon.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Now get out of here and go do something nice for someone.